Hi there and welcome to Summer Summit, where it's all about how you can amplify your success at Lifewave. We have a power-packed 2 hours in store for you. I'm with Emily and you are excited, aren't you?
I am, I'm always excited.
Yes, you are.
But this year, Amplify has been our theme, and definitely that's coming through this entire event. It's all about amplifying the momentum, amplifying your success, and I can't wait to get started.
And speaking of momentum, think about it. Since we did Nova just a few short months ago, earlier this year, we've had 75,000 members join us from across the globe when we thought, come on, we got to make this a free event. We don't want any barriers to people being able to say, oh, I couldn't make it. So you're all here. You're going to be seeing David Schmidt, who's going to take something like a good hour with you and share his vision for the future. And if you've not seen him speak before, you're in for a treat, aren't they?
Absolutely. David is a really special person. Those of you that have had the opportunity to get to know him, you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you that haven't yet, today is that chance. I'm excited for you to get to know who David is.
He really is salt of the earth, just a great individual. And of course, we're going to be doing some training. We got information, what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And guess who's going to be telling you all about that? This woman. You are so good at this aspect of Lifewave.
Well, thanks. You know, we're all about member success here, and today we're going to be giving you some really practical tips and tools that we know will help you to be able to amplify your success.
And of course, our team has expanded since Nova last year. We've had a number of new team members join our staff, including our Chief Sales Officer, Ryan Anderson. If you've had the chance to meet him, I know he spends all of his time with the field. He is a fantastic energy, has great energy, and you are a dynamic duo as you work with him.
We
Incredible.
certainly have a lot of fun, and
Yes.
I can't wait for you to meet Ryan too. He is a character. He's got a funny bone in every single part of his body, and I know you'll definitely enjoy what he is going to share about this business and this industry.
Indeed. So we're about to get started. Don't go anywhere. Take a seat, get out some paper with a pencil, take some good notes, because there's a lot of information you're going to be hearing that's never been shared before. So get ready for that. And first up, I want to make sure you see a wonderful string of videos, self-filmed videos that we asked for people to send in earlier this summer. Remember that promotion? So we're going to show you that next. And then when we come back, I want to see you kind of go through the 10 steps to getting started at Lifewave. Can't wait to see that.
Absolutely. Don't forget your tissues too, because these stories about what Lifewave technology does, they're tearjerkers.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to Lifewave for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifewave daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Gosh, wasn't that a great video? I love hearing the stories from each of you on how this amazing company with these amazing products are truly making a difference in your lives. I'm sure you felt the excitement and all the great things that are happening for those in our community. But now we want to talk a little bit about what you can do as a new member at Lifewave. You know, we have this great guide that'll be coming out in the fall that talks a lot about what you can do to hit the ground running. We start by saying, though, it's so important that you plug into your resources, get connected. Find out when our Lifewave Connect webinars are. Plug into your team webinars. Really take some time to dive into the back office and know what all the resources there are available to you and how to use them. Also, we'll be releasing our First Things First, which is a getting started checklist that tells you exactly what you need to do in your first 24 to 48 hours. Most of what we'll be talking today about, though, is what we like to call our 10 steps to success. You'll work closely with your mentor as you work through these steps that will truly set you up to have the best experience possible here with Lifewave and know all the things that can help you to really set goals and achieve those goals and to make a big difference in reaching the things that matter most to you. So let's dive into those 10 steps. Okay, step 1, learn the basics. We already talked about getting connected and plugging into the resources around you, but it's also important for you to understand the basics of how our Lifewave technology works, what products we share, and the basics around how you can earn money by sharing. It's really important that you follow the activities that are listed in our guide to help you to really know the areas that you need to plug into. It'll help you to know where to look, who to talk to, and what are the things that you need to pay the most attention to right as you get going. We have lots and lots of resources available to you, but there are some that'll be the most helpful in the very beginning, and your mentor can truly point you in the right direction when it comes to those. Step 2, clarifying your why. I can't talk enough about how important it is to understand why you have joined Lifewave and why it is that you want to share Lifewave. It's so important. Every day we talk about there are important things that you should be doing to follow the steps to be successful. But if you don't know why you're doing it, why would you do it? So we encourage you to follow the exercises that will help you to dig deep into why you have a Lifewave business. Why does this technology matter to you? And why would you bother sharing it with anyone else? That will be kind of what we call a guiding light that will help you as you run into obstacles, as you have people that aren't very interested, and also as you have successes. This will help you know that you're on the right path to achieving the things that matter to you. Now, step 3, outline your goals. I can't speak about this enough. You know, it's really great to understand why we're doing something, but if you don't know what the steps along the way are, what those mini goals are along the way, it's a little bit harder to achieve your biggest goal, your big why. So it's really important that you break down the steps to get to your big why and have many micro goals along the way. We'll have some great exercises that will help you really think about what those steps look like, what those micro goals are, and give you a place where you can record them in a way that you can reference back and make sure that you're on track with achieving the things that you want to achieve here. Step 4, create your sharing list. Now, there are so many ways that you can create a sharing list. You can utilize our app to create a sharing list. You can take pen and paper. You can use a notebook, whatever it looks like for you. But the purpose of this is to get started, to start building that list and really take the time to identify as many people as you can that you want to share Lifewave with. This will be a living list. It's not going to be written down and set aside and forgot forever. It's really important, though, that you start today, start right away creating that list, because that's going to be the most important thing as we go through some of these other steps to have people to talk to. So let's talk about step 5, which really lines into setting those goals and using that sharing list. So step 5 is to set a schedule and to select an accountability partner. We already talked about how having a mentor to work through these 10 steps to success is really important. And this is a really important part of these 10 steps, is to really identify who that mentor is. If at step 1 you haven't yet identified it, make sure you do it in this step, because that accountability partner will be there to buoy you up, to encourage you, and to ensure that you know what to do next along the way. Having a set schedule to connect with your mentor, as well as a set schedule for specific activities each and every day, is going to be one of those things that makes all the difference. Step 6, schedule your first event. Now, we certainly live in a world today where that means a lot of different things. This could be an in-home party. This could be a Facebook party. This could be a Zoom event. It means a lot of different things. The most important thing to remember is that you need to get your first event scheduled. It's really important. That way you can slide into step 7, which is to invite. And this is where your sharing list comes in handy, because if you haven't identified anyone to share with, it's going to be pretty hard to invite them to your event. So again, I'm going to emphasize that sharing list is pretty important. Take that living list, start inviting people to your very first event. Now you might say, oh my goodness, how can I invite people to an event? I don't even know how to talk about this technology. I just know what it's done for me. Well, that leads into step 8. building your story. You know, we all have had amazing experiences with this technology and maybe with this industry as well. But if you haven't taken the time to really take those words, to take your story, to take the feelings that you have for what Lifewave is, it's hard to articulate sometimes, and we may throw up on people a little bit with a long, long story with lots and lots of details. So I want you to take the time to really refine that story, follow the exercises in that step, because it will help you to create what we call an elevator pitch, which is a short way of sharing the most important components of your experience. But let's say you're still working on that experience too. No problem. It's okay to borrow someone else's story until you've created your own experience. But you also need to learn that as well and practice it, because when you share, it's important that you can do it in a succinct way that piques interest and doesn't overwhelm people with too many details. Now, step 9, follow through. This is a really great part of our Getting Started guide because it teaches you how important it is to follow through with those that you've invited to meetings or that you've contacted. In fact, this is actually one of the most important steps, because if you just continuously drip on people, if you continuously talk to people, but you don't take the opportunity to continuously connect with them in a meaningful way and follow up on those connection points, a lot of that effort will be for naught. So we encourage you definitely to read that section, understand what follow-up is, and honestly, what is the power of follow-up. Now the last step, step 10, overcoming objections and closing. And this is a really important step. You've done all the work leading up to this. You've made your list, you've been sharing, you've been following up, and you've been connecting with your mentor. You're doing all the right things, but even still, sometimes you will get some no's. But that's okay. A no doesn't necessarily always mean a no. It means not right now. So as we talk a little bit about how you can overcome objections, we have some great exercises that will teach you truly how to turn those no's into yeses. And additionally, it's really important that you ask. You ask, do you want to purchase this? Do you want to be a part of Lifewave? Don't forget that closing is one of the most important parts. If you never ask, you may never get a yes. So we'll take you through some specific techniques that you can utilize to help you feel confident in the ask. Now, I know if you follow these steps, you really will start to see some incredible progress. You'll see yourself going through those mini micro goals as you work your way towards achieving your big goal, your big, hairy, scary, or your why. So we encourage you to look for this guide as it comes out this fall, because we know that you truly can have some great success and will have everything that you're looking for and achieving at Lifewave. Now, we're going to dive into some specifics on maybe what you would classify as one of your very first goals. At Lifewave, we have what we call the rank of manager, and we really see this as a fundamental cornerstone to your success. Today, we have one of our top leaders, Renata Lundberg. She's one of our presidential directors, and she will share with you how to become a manager and how to continue to achieve manager as you work towards your next goal, towards achieving your why. Renata has incredible experience with training, mentorship, and psychology, as she has built multiple teams to huge levels of income and has had incredible success not only in Lifewave but for many, many years. I know you'll enjoy listening to her, and I certainly just adore her. I know you will too. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Emily, for your kind introduction. I am happy to be here with you today to talk about the importance of building our business to the manager rank when people are interested in creating an income stream with our brilliant business model. Manager is actually the cornerstone of our business when we want to create a long-term sustainable residual income. Manager allows us to earn as much as $1,500 a week, which is $6,000 a month, which is $72,000 a year. Now, $72,000 a year can be a significant income, especially considering that we can work from home or anywhere in the world as long as we have a cell phone or a computer available to us. And of course, there is more. We have our generous product introductory bonuses that we can take advantage of, And maybe most importantly, we are now qualified for unlimited matching bonuses. So what is the importance about this monthly subscription order, you may ask? Well, first and foremost, convenience. We want to make sure that everybody always has access to our amazing patches and never runs out, because we know the more consistently we're using our patches, the sooner we will see visible and measurable results, and people will tell their life-changing stories to their friends and family, who then will join our teams so much faster, and all of our businesses grow faster. Brilliant. Of course, we also want to make sure that everybody always is available to receive consistent wholesale pricing and never misses out on any bonuses or commissions that come our way. Monthly subscriptions orders are also really important to create a sustainable long-term residual income. Now let's take a look at the importance of our monthly subscription order, not just for our own business, but for our overall team. Remember how we built to manager? Well, in this particular situation, Sonia invited Sal and Charles into her business. Then she helped Sal and Charles refer 4 friends, family members to help Sal and Charles be a qualified manager. But very smart, Sonia right away recommended to Sal and Charles to actually add on at least 1 more silver team member in each leg to stabilize their business and create a solid income. Let's take a look what happens when we only build with the 4 required team members to the manager rank. In this particular scenario, you can see that Charles's team member, Elizabeth, actually fell out of a monthly subscription order. That can happen easily. Maybe simply her credit card expired and she forgot to put a new card on file. What we see here, however, that impacts not only Charles's business, who now is no longer a qualified manager. No longer can Charles earn as much as $1,500 a week. Charles now is at the no rank position, and at that position, we only can earn as much as $100 a week. As you can see, a huge difference. But it doesn't stop there. Take a look at Sonia's business. Sonia was a director, which requires to have 2 active qualified managers. But because Charles is no longer a manager, Sonia now fell from the director level, where she can earn as much as $2,500 a week, back down to the manager rank, where she now only can receive as much as $1,500 a week. So Sonia is very smart to recommend right from the beginning for Charles and Sal to add on at least 1 more silver team member in each leg. So let's take a look at a better scenario. Here you can see that Sal and Charles followed Sonia's advice, because once again it's Elizabeth who fell out of Charles's team by not having an active monthly subscription order. And this time it did not impact Charles and it did not impact Sonia. Charles stayed a qualified manager and Sonia stayed a qualified director. Now, Elizabeth could have simply placed a one-time order within 31 days to activate her account again, or she could have added on some customers to activate her account again. Lots of options, but the monthly subscription order gives us the most consistency. As our business matures by adding on more and more customers and team members, now many people get to experience the power of our residual income, which is substantial, even just at our very first rank, the manager rank. First, we do it ourselves, meaning first we build to manager, then we teach how to build to manager, and then we duplicate that process, meaning that now we are helping our personal managers team members reach the manager rank, and again, all of a sudden we're moving towards the top ranks by simply falling in love with this process. As you can see in this picture above, we are always ready to reach someone a helping hand because we fully understand that the greatest success we will ever know is helping others succeed and grow. Thank you so much for having me today. I hope I was able to inspire you to build your business to manager and above. And I want to give a huge thank you to David Schmidt and our corporate team who are putting on this amazing event so all of us can learn from each other. I'm so grateful to be here, and I can't wait to see each and every one of you at the top. Thank you so much for having me. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you, Renata. We really appreciate you sharing with us how we can become managers and how we can maintain managers as we work towards the next step in our journey. Now I have the great pleasure of sharing with you a little bit about Dennis Morales, one of our top leaders in the Philippines and one of the members of our Asia Pacific Advisory Council. I just love Dennis. He has a huge heart, so kind and compassionate, and as you hear from him about why he chose Lifewave, I know you'll be inspired too.
Why Lifewave? Why is one of the most powerful questions we can ask ourselves. Why do I exist? Why did I live in this era? Why do we have to suffer pains in this lifetime? Why do I matter? In fact, the famous author, inspirational speaker, Simon Sinek challenges leaders to start with their why. A lot of people, when you ask them what they do, they can easily answer it. And some can also easily answer the question how they do it. But most people get stuck suddenly when you ask them the question, why are they doing it? And that is the great divide between successful leaders and unsuccessful leaders. Because all successful leaders and company are the ones who have a very clear and definite why. Because the bigger the why, the easier the how. Without a clear goal or mission, we can easily get distracted and discouraged. Without a vision, the people perish. People don't buy what you do. People buy why you do it. I can't emphasize that enough. So the question I would like to ask you is, what are your deepest whys? Do you want to spend more quality time with your family? Do you want to do more of what inspires you instead of what expires you? Do you want to wake up each day enjoying a full day sleep without the alarm clock? Do you want to work at your own pace without the stress of a frantic boss, unrealistic schedule, and sales quota? Do you want to have more time and money to travel and explore the world, enjoy it with your loved ones without worrying whether you will be permitted at work or not? Do you want to be able to choose whom you are going to work with? Do you want your loved ones and you to live longer and live better? Do you want more energy to do what you were able to do when you were young? Do you want to live a pain-free life, free from using harmful drugs with side effects? Do you want to help others with that problem too? Do you want to build a strong financial wall around your family that nothing could get through it? Do you want your children, the children of your children, to be wealthy and never worry about money when they grow up? Do you want to earn more so you could help more, so that you can give more to church or to whatever charity you want to to build or support? Do you want to develop yourself to be the best that you can be? Do you want financial and time freedom? Whatever it is that you want and your deepest whys, Lifewave can help you achieve those. Are you ready to learn more? Why Lifewave? As John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership. And boy, we have such an amazing visionary and humble servant leader with Mr. David Smith. I believe that he is placed here on earth to change millions of lives for the better by challenging the status quo and inventing technology that big companies were not able to do. And now, most of these have patents, thus allowing us distributors to dominate this blue ocean market. The corporate team has been carefully selected, and we are so much delighted to see such passionate and competent team members and leaders. We are so blessed to have very supportive corporate team to help and guide us in our Lifewave journey. Now, talking about technology, I've never seen a technology that works so fast within 10 minutes and sometime in 10 seconds time. Results varies, by the way. Some people will take hours, days, or weeks to feel pain relief. And the good thing about this, it is not using drugs, opioids, pills, or any chemicals to enter the body. It is non-invasive, non-transdermal way of stimulating relief using photobiomodulation, using our own body as the power source. Isn't this technology worth sharing to everyone you know? If you could just witness the smile, the tears of joy of people living in pain for so many years who have experienced instant relief, I believe you will also fall in love with the mission of spreading it to the world. And how about X39, the flagship breakthrough product? Who would have thought that it is possible to be able to activate your own stem cells without injections? This is a mind-blowing technology, but also the results are so astonishing. I will not mention any diseases here, no medical claims, but you really must use it to experience it. If you want to be involved in the business of people helping other people, then Lifewave is for you. The best thing about it, you don't need to stop what you're currently doing. You can do this part-time business just like I did. I'm still a full-time employee, but it's never attached to it anymore. Meaning I can decide to leave work or not without worrying how our bills are going to be paid or the future of my family. No income guarantee, but currently my part-time income with Lifewave is more than triple my day job income. I am not here to impress you, but to impress upon you what's possible for me could also be possible for you. If I can be successful with it part-time, and so can you, now imagine how it's going to be like if you are going to work on this full-time. Right as of this moment, as we continue to face a very uncertain times ahead, as people are losing their jobs, struggling with their health, business, and finances, we do have a global online business that we could start and rely on, as I truly believe that you and I can build a sustainable, positive income with Lifewave. Me and my team have already experienced this for a couple of years now, and we have just started. The best is yet to come. So what's in it for you if you focus on Lifewave now? First, you're partnering with a 17-year-old international and stable company, so you wouldn't need to worry if the company will be around for a short time only. In fact, we have our record-breaking sales during these pandemic times. We also just launched X39 2 years ago. Consider yourself as a pioneer distributing this unique and very powerful product. We barely scratched the market. There are billions of people who still have not heard about Lifewave, and you are going to be part of building Lifewave to a billion-dollar company very soon. We also have a 30-day money-back guarantee for distributors and up to 90 days for preferred customers. Another Lifewave's amazing standards that help us to get happy and satisfied clients worldwide. The compensation plan is one of the best I've seen. It's simple, focused, and very rewarding. You have 4 ways to earn. You can choose whether you like active income, by retail, or sponsoring people, or you can help other partners become leaders and grow their team so you could earn passive income via the binary commissions. The binary pays to unlimited depths. That's why this compensation plan is very rewarding. And as you help your personally enrolled member to earn their binary commissions, you too can get up to 20 to 25% matching bonus. And this is the unlimited part of our compensation plan. Lifewave gives you freedom. You can choose whom you would love to work with. What time would you like to work? Where are you going to work? And whether you will do this offline or online is all up to you. You are the CEO of your own Lifewave business. You have no external sales quota. It is you who is going to determine your income here. Lifewave gives you freedom. With every business, investments, and opportunities, timing and positioning is the key. There is no perfect time to start this Lifewave business than now. Ride away with us. I'm sure your family and friends are going to hear about Lifewave as well through others. So why not let it be you who is going to share it with them? Live long, live well, live younger.
The patches are amazing.
I feel so much better.
Oh my, what an amazing, life-changing technology.
X39 patch. I feel terrific and I absolutely feel the difference. My mind, my body, everything feels better.
I remember the day my X39 patches came in the mail. I'd only had about 4 hours of sleep and I put that patch on around noon and couldn't believe the energy I had to get through the rest of the day.
I noticed using our patch called Eon that at the end of sometimes very stressful 18-hour days, I was really handling life. I was on my game.
Patching has been great for me. I've had lots of shoulder pain, neck pain, pain like if I were to lift my arm here, and as you can see, I can lift it without any pain.
The energy is high, the stamina is good, and the recovery is amazing.
I've noticed after a couple weeks on X39, I was waking up not stuffy in the morning. I'm like, what?
What I like about X39 is my husband and I are both in our 60s and we're farmers and ranchers and we've got grandkids. And we both are feeling like we're experiencing 5-10 years off of our lives just with the increased energy level and reduction in pain. So we're much more mobile and having a lot more fun. Thank you, X39.
You know, I gotta tell you, I love seeing testimonials like those, you know, packed together in like a minute 10, minute 15 seconds, 10 or 12 individuals helping you understand, any prospect understand how cool Lifewave is and why they love Lifewave. It's a great asset and a great tool. Well, in the last 45 minutes, you've received some incredibly useful and insightful information to help you grow your business, to connect with what is important, to focus on the keys to building your influence, for amplifying the possibilities so you can achieve the success you seek. Whatever your goals, however big your dreams, they are all possible. How high is up? Well, with Lifewave, the sky is the limit. Now, why is that? What did David Schmidt commit to way back in the beginning when he founded Lifewave in 2002 and started marketing Lifewave patches in 2004 that has led to where we are today, poised for intense, continued growth with a foundation that is rock solid? You know, some people say Lifewave is a 17-year-old overnight sensation. It's a great way to look at it. You don't have to hope we have everything in place as we build to $1 billion together. We are so well positioned as a cutting-edge health technology company. You can build and grow with confidence. But let's go back. You know, in the beginning, think back to what that must have been like 17 years ago when David started Lifewave. What were you doing in 2004? You know, the internet's influence as a transactional platform was a fraction of what it is today. Social media was still in its infancy, with Facebook only just starting that year. Stem cells were not in the headlines every day. There were plenty of firsts and breakthroughs and problems and challenges of the day, and here came Lifewave. I am sure you have seen our video, This is Lifewave, which lays out the sequences of events that led to who we are today. I mean, in 2004, the key to everything, David decided to use network marketing to bring his first patch product to market, the Energy Enhancer. Now think about this. The women's Olympic swim team, headed by Coach Richard Quick, the namesake of our Richard Quick Award of Excellence, hears about Lifewave, gets some patches, sees his swimmers start to record personal bests in competition. The news spreads. The Olympics Committee questioned the patches, like wondering, are there drugs in there? What's going on here? And that made national news. And of course, Lifewave passed their drug analysis and tests with flying colors. Non-invasive, non-transdermal, no drugs, no kidding. And the rest is history. A series of new product introductions over the years followed to help with sleep, pain, stress, our skin, the immune system, our mood, and more. New countries came on stream across the world. Systems were improved. The company was continually expanding, and then boom, X39, and the amazing hypergrowth that has ensued ever since. Some of you may have been lucky enough to be in Muncie, Austria when David unveiled X39. The room was vibrating with pure excitement as members from across the globe realized what this amazing product meant to them, but more importantly, meant to people everywhere that would hear about it, try it, tell others. You know, the holy grail for network marketing, powerful word of mouth, fueling our breathtaking growth. Product performance, pulling us forward, leading to momentum that just hasn't stopped. Leaders from around the network marketing companies around the world heard what we had, and there's been a non-stop flow of the best and brightest from around the world doing their due diligence, taking meetings, and joining our company, spreading the word at the highest reaches of our business. When anyone does due diligence on our products, they realize our health technology is not built on hype and overstatement. There is a huge amount of clinical trials, studies that allow us to make our claims, and dozens of global patents that David has secured through a painstaking focus on protecting our intellectual property. I dare say there are few, if any, network marketing companies dedicated to having the amazing research and patent portfolios that Lifewave has, all underpinning our amazing growth. Oh, and about that growth, our revenue now is 10 times bigger than where we were just 2.5 years ago. Think about that. 10 times bigger since the introduction of X39, and we're just getting started. With David's commitment to the future, his vision for what the future holds for all of us at Lifewave, well, you just know that what he is already accomplishing in the lab with his team is going to impact lives across the world for many, many years to come. Thanks to you. You hold the key. Simply telling others about Lifewave. I mean, that's your job. Our job is to make that as easy as possible for you. If you take what is here and run hard and build with us toward $1 billion and beyond, like I said before, the sky's the limit. So, where do you stand? How do you see yourself amidst this incredible opportunity that is Lifewave? Well, one thing is certain. The assets are in place for you to take your business to wherever you want it to go. Some key videos, for instance, to keep in mind. You've already seen some videos featuring members who filmed themselves telling you why they love Lifewave and what the technology has done for them. Coming up in a few minutes, you'll see another one. You know, these bite bundles, as I like to call them, sequences of brief sound bites are up on our app, are on our YouTube channel, in the back office, in the marketing tools area. You can share them with others. Authentic, compelling, compliant testimonials on our great company that emotionally engages anyone who watches them. Great tools to use as you tell our story. And then there's our X39 video, of course, lays out the power of this incredible product that supports what stem cells are designed to do. You don't have to be an expert to describe how our technology works. Let the video do the talking for you. This is Lifewave, I mentioned before, helps anyone see exactly how we got here. A full description of our business opportunity gives any prospect a complete picture of what is here and what they need to know to make an informed decision to join us. Horses don't lie. Now there's a fun one. It's a powerful, fun video that helps illustrate how fast our technology can work. Can you say seconds? Emily has recorded some incredibly helpful and useful videos on our comp plan. She hosts Lifewave Connect regularly and consistently gets rave reviews for how she brings clarity to any number of topics. Of course, all archived on our YouTube channel. Our Lifewave Business Builder page on Facebook features a constant flow of tips, special secrets that you can put to work tomorrow, information, updates, motivations. So much is there. Be sure to look in on this great resource regularly. Our Lifewave InTouch app is available in the iOS or Android app stores. Remember, that's Lifewave InTouch. That's what you search for. A great tool that puts your business in the palm of your hand. Available in English, Spanish, French, Italian, German, Polish, and soon in simplified Chinese, Japanese, and Malaysian. It can turn you into a prospecting machine, whether for retail customers or distributors. And of course, in our back office, in our resource section, there's a load of information, targeted PDFs, videos, PowerPoints, a number of tools you can view or download to inform you or others to help you conduct your business in a professional manner as you share the powerful, life-changing story of Lifewave. But the greatest asset of them all, our leaders. They have grown through the ranks and are there to help you in any way they can. Our leaders have experienced everything and know the ins and outs for building a long-lasting, sustainable business. So a big shout out to our presidential and senior presidential directors who have played such an important role and continue to play such an important role in Lifewave's success. We so appreciate all that you do. All in all, you absolutely have what you need to share our amazing Lifewave story, the technology, the opportunity to build your business to the heights to which you aspire. All you have to do is take action, get in the game, and go for it. We look forward to watching your story continue to unfold. Okay, so coming up right after this next series of testimonials, Ryan Anderson, our Chief Sales Officer, will be here to paint a picture about where we're going and why, and most importantly, what it means to you. And then, of course, David Schmidt will be here, and you do not want to miss that. So don't go anywhere.
Folks, I have to tell you, I am beyond excited about Lifewave and X39. This is an answer to prayer to many.
So grateful for the energy enhancer. It makes every ride enjoyable.
Not only do I have energy all day long, but it turns the reverse and it helps me sleep at night, all night long, like a baby.
This is the best that I felt, honestly, in the last 2.5 years.
6 days in,
No back pain whatsoever.
I've been trying the X39 patch for about a month now, and all the crackles and pops in my wrists and all my joints are gone.
The very first time I put patches on my back, I was nearly immediately relieved of low middle back pain.
After working a 10-hour shift, I used to go home and lay on the couch. Now, thanks to Lifewave X39, I get outside and I live life.
Now I can go up the stairs without being out of breath, and that's pretty great.
Lifewave has helped me to feel years younger.
It works great. My skin's getting better, my energy's amazingly better, and so is everybody else I'm patching. So grateful.
I love Lifewave, not only for helping me increase my energy so immensely in just the last couple of months, but for giving me an opportunity to help my friends and family and strangers alike. Thank you so much.
Wow, what an amazing day so far. Haven't those testimonials just been amazing? They never get old. We hear those constantly all of the time. Not only do we experience it for ourselves, but I'm sure that you see and hear those testimonials as well as you share this amazing new health technology all over the world. It's so amazing. Speaking about all over the world, I'm coming to you today from one of 2 offices right here in Utah that did not even exist 10 months ago. Isn't that crazy, the growth that this company is experiencing? Obviously, we've got offices in San Diego, Utah, our manufacturing facility and large campus in Ireland that handles all of our customer service and IT and supply chain for all over the world. We've got offices in Japan, Taiwan. Congratulations, all of our friends in Taiwan, with the recent announcement of being in the top 50 direct sales companies. I know the leaders over there are working tirelessly to make that happen, and congratulations to you guys. Malaysia didn't even exist until March of this year, and we've got an office there, and they are crushing it. They're breaking records and doing an amazing job. The Philippines, we saw Dennis today, one of our amazing leaders from the Philippines. It's just phenomenal to be able to see the growth of this company all over the world. And so I get the privilege today to talk a little bit. You've heard about where we've been from. We've heard some inspiration today. We've heard some training tips today on how to get better personally and in our businesses. But we've also had an opportunity to reflect back on where we come from. Jim did a phenomenal job. He's a great guy and an amazing asset for this company, and he cares about each and every one of you. So today, I'm going to share a little bit about where we're at today and where we're going in the future. Just this year alone, we've introduced over 75,000 new consumers to the Lifewave family. If you're one of them, welcome. We're so excited to have you here. And before I jump into it, I want to step back just a little bit and share a little bit of gratitude to the amazing corporate staff, David Schmidt and the team here, Emily Hollingshead, the creative team, the marketing team, the customer service. Everybody here at this company works tirelessly around the clock because they care about our consumers. They care about our distributor success, and they care about these amazing testimonials that come in each and every day. It's an amazing partnership. Speaking of partnership, I want to thank the amazing distributor leaders of this company. The success that we're having today, yes, we have life-changing products. Yes, we're fortunate to have a technology that no one else has or will have because of the creativity and genius of David Schmidt. Yes, we've got a great commission structure. Yes, we've got a platform to help anyone be successful, but it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our distributor leaders and all that you guys do each and every day. And I just want to take a moment and recognize each and every one of you for your efforts. You lead with your hearts, you lead with your passion, you put your dreams out there, and we're so grateful that you trust us with your reputations. Speaking of reputations, if you've spent any time with me at all, you'll hear me talk about Lifewave being a 17-year-old on a course of doing over $300 million startup. What do I mean when I'm talking about that? And it's for me, I've been here just a short amount of time. It seems like yesterday. And for Emily and the team, they probably wish that it was yesterday still. But I'm grateful that I'm here anyway. So as we talk about where we're at, Look at our technology. Our technology is so forward thinking. I was talking to David about this the other day. Our technology is 10, 15, 20 years in the future. Think about if we could take our platforms, our e-commerce, our shopping carts, our websites, our messaging, our tools, our branding. If we could take all of those things and move it into the future, like our products, where this company would be. You know, it used to be, I'm 102 years old. Thank goodness for new health technology, right? I've been in this industry my entire life. And it used to be a successful network marketing company or direct sales company had to get really good at just 3 things. They needed to be able to take an order. We can get better at that. They needed to be able to ship their orders on time. We're getting better at that. And they need to be able to pay commissions on time, right? Those were the 3 things that a successful direct sales network marketing company needed to do. But I believe the reason why Lifewave exists is we're going to add a 4th element of that, and that is the experiential side of the business. Think about it. Think about the possibilities of when somebody goes to a movie for the first time and they experience the sound, the lights, the energy that comes through the screen and the story that's written that comes to life right before them. That experience that they have, the smell of the popcorn, the crackling of a soda. Don't tell David you're drinking a soda. In the background, as you're watching the movie exist, right? Come to life in front of you. And when you walk out, if you have a great experience, you want to share that with other people. Not because somebody's going to pay you a commission check, not because you need that person to qualify, but because you had a positive experience. That's what I'm talking about with Lifewave, that we have an opportunity to do things completely different that's never been done in the industry before. You know, there's 2 motivators in this industry, and I've heard it my entire career: hope to gain and fear of loss. But wouldn't it be amazing to be able to motivate somebody, a volunteer army, to action if they were able to answer yes to just 2 simple questions? Can I do it? And is it worth it? 2 simple questions, right? And we as an organization have been looking at those 2 questions and how we can get better to create a stronger experience. Everything from the way that we pay commissions, to the way that we ship you your products, to the way that a consumer sees and experiences our brand for the very first time. That's where we're going. We're going to a place where people have the ability to experience Lifewave and make a buying decision based on what's best for them and their future. You know, you go back and you look at this industry that's over 120 years old. There's been some amazing companies that have stood the test of time. There's been some great companies that have come and gone. Lifewave has taken its hits, it's taken its battles, it's taken its bruises, and after 17 years, we're on a growth trajectory to help this company achieve milestones that have never been done in this industry. But the only way that we're going to do that is by doing things differently, not doing things the way that they've been done for the last 120 years, not doing things the way that this industry has been on, the path that it's been on over the last few years, 10 years, decade. Because we need to get to the place that we're not competing with the big brands in our industry, but we need to compete with the Amazons, the Ubers, the gig economy. I just flew in today, and I was just on a trip where I took several Ubers to get around a city. And as I got in to these cars of these hardworking people that picked up a complete stranger, think about that. Can you imagine 10 years ago if I told you that you were going to download an app on your phone and you were going to type in an address and some complete random stranger was going to pull up in a car, you were going to get into that said car, and they were going to take you to a destination and you would never even have to exchange cash. It would all be done digitally. You would have thought I was absolutely insane, right? But look at how that has become a common piece of our society today, right? In most societies around the world, there's these gig economies, these opportunities that are popping up. That's where we have to compete. And I really believe that when you look at it from an experience standpoint, we're going to come full circle. Direct sales was started around the principle of relationships and sharing a product or a service with somebody that we know, love, and trust. It was the relationship aspect of it. And over the last 20 years, the industry has taken this journey that has taken us around to a lot of different concepts, a lot of different ideas, but that principle has always maintained the same. So when we start talking about the future of Lifewave, I want you to start thinking about and dreaming about that opportunity to be the very first, not only with this technology, but a different approach in the way that we do direct sales. That's the vision, that's the direction on how we can do it. Imagine, it doesn't matter if you're in Adelaide, Australia, or Anchorage, Alaska, or Tokyo, Japan, or Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think we ship there yet. Maybe we do. I don't know. There's 79 of them. It's hard to keep track, right? But it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. We can plug you into an opportunity, give you a path to success, and make it simple and easy for anyone to follow. Now, we're not there today. I'm not going to kid you and say that we're there today. I believe that our technology is there. It's so simple, right? I think we overcomplicate it sometimes. It's literally pill and stick. That's all you got to know. And watch the testimonials flow in, right? That's simple. But where we're going as an organization and where we're going as a company is to make everything else that simple. Pill and stick. Click and buy. Click and enroll. Click and get paid. The ultimate gig is being able to create value in somebody's lives through these life-changing products and create a residual income. And not worry how the person is buying. Not worry if they're a distributor. Not worry if they're a customer. What's best for that person? I want you just for a moment to step back. Think about when you was a little child. Think about the dreams and aspirations that you had. Was it to be a cowboy? Was it to be an astronaut, a ballerina, a singer, a football player? All of us had dreams when we were little kids. And those dreams were reality that we lived out through our imagination. But every time I think about dreaming and the changing the world and doing different things, it's hard for me not to reflect back on thinking about David Schmidt. As a little boy, I can imagine him dragging his grandfather in by the hand into that demonstration to see the Einstein inventions that literally shaped the world that we live in today. And as he envisioned about what inventions he was going to create and how he was going to shape the world, I can only imagine how that dream turned into today over 100 patents that young man owns today, and the way that he's shaping the world. His technology, his new health technology, is that vehicle. We at Lifewave, together in partnership with you, we need to create a vehicle that it's safe to dream again. The opportunity to give hope to people in a world that hope is not something that's commonplace anymore. In a world that dreams seem like the impossible. With Lifewave, we've got to take our business model and accelerate it to match the technology of these products so that we can make it achievable. To get back to those two simple questions, can I do it? And is it worth it? Can you do it? And is it worth it? That's our job, partnering with you to make that dream a reality. The great John Maxwell says that disappointment is the gap between people's dreams and the reality. Here at Lifewave, we have the ability to bridge that gap between people's dreams and the reality so that they don't have to have disappointment in their life. Now, I'm not going to stand here as the salesman and tell you that everything is going according to plan and that it's going to be simple and easy and all of these things are going to become a reality tomorrow. Absolutely not. But I think it's important when you hear David talking about the vision of where this company is going, I think it's also important for you to cast a vision for you, yourself, and your family, and those people that you love, How are you going to cast a vision to use Lifewave to change your life, to change future generations, to start dreaming again, to have that possibility where it is safe to dream again, where it's not cliche to talk about our dreams and chase our dreams and work hard for our dreams? That's where we're going as an organization. That's where we're going as a company. We're never going to settle. We're never going to hold back on trying to do things better tomorrow than what we did them today. We're going to reflect back on yesterday. There's also another quote. Yesterday is already a dream. Tomorrow is only a vision. But each day well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Now, again, everything hasn't always gone according to plan. But I can tell you, with Lifewave, every one of your yesterdays can be a dream of happiness. And I promise you that every one of your tomorrows will be a vision of hope. That's where this company is going. That's where the talent with you and the corporate team coming together in unison to create a vehicle to do this industry like no other company has ever done before, right here at Lifewave. Yes, we're 17 years old. Yes, we're on a trajectory to do over 300 million this year, but we've got so much further to go. There's never been a better time or place than right here, right now with Lifewave. So I started talking about gratitude, and I want to close with gratitude. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for investing in your time, being with us here today. Thank you for investing in your future success with this company by being here. Thank you for believing in Lifewave and in David's dream in helping millions of people around the world benefit from this life-changing technology. Think about that. Millions and millions of people peeling and sticking every day to a healthier lifestyle. So I want to say thank you for all that you guys do. Thank you for being here. And I get the privilege now to kick it back to somebody who needs little to no introduction. She works so tirelessly. She works around the clock. She's an inspiration to everyone. I look up to her. And thank you so much for all you do, Emily. Back to you, my friend.
Thank you, Ryan. I love hearing your perspective on where we're going in this industry and how Lifewave can be a part of it. It's really exciting, and I know that as we really take advantage of this new opportunity and this new focus, we all can see incredible things together. Now, I know you've all been waiting to hear from someone special. Our founder, our CEO, and the inventor of Lifewave Technologies. David Schmidt truly doesn't need an introduction, but I know that as you listen to him now, you'll feel of his heart, his spirit, and you'll truly be touched by the vision of this humble man. He gives all the credit to something much bigger than all of us. And as you hear where we're going with this technology and what David sees for the future of this company, I know you'll be inspired. David, take it away.
Movies that we love and remember are defined by characters we can relate to and stories that inspire us and emotionally engage us. A series of movies that I have completely enjoyed is from Marvel, and it is known as the Infinity Saga. As with many movies, there are heroes and villains. However, what makes the Marvel movies stand apart from others is the complexity in which the stories are told. In fact, it was not until the 6th movie that the main villain was shown. In total, 24 movies spanning more than 10 years tell the story of a group of heroes trying to protect the world from danger and the villains they encounter along the way that have other plans. The primary villain is called Thanos, and his goal is nothing short than destroying all life in the universe. I won't spoil the story here, but the heroes must find a way to work together if they can hope to stop Thanos and his plan. What makes these movies so interesting to me are the motivations that each character has and how they resolve problems that they encounter along their path. For example, let's start with my favorite, Iron Man. Tony Stark is a genius billionaire inventor who is injured when a missile explodes and must create new technology just to save his life. He turns what is a life-threatening experience into an opportunity to see that his own life and actions have led to this, and that he must change the way he is doing things so he can truly protect those around him. There is also Steve Rogers. Steve wants nothing more than to serve his country, but because of a physical disability, he is unable to do that the way he wishes to. In this superhero origin story, he is given an experimental treatment that transforms him physically into Captain America. But instead of letting all his new powers consume him, he stays true to himself and he dedicates himself in service to others. While these movies are entertaining, they are also some valuable lessons here that we can apply to our own lives, and I would like to explore that with you today. Let's start with the question of why. Why have you chosen to take the path that you are on today? Are you happy with that path and where it may lead? How has your path changed over the years? Do you find that you are on a course to fulfilling your dreams? Or have circumstances in your life caused you to change course and alter your goals? I was born and raised in New Jersey and grew up as a Christian. You might say that the first superhero in my life was Jesus, and I found the stories of his healing the sick to be truly inspiring. It is one of the reasons why I wanted to dedicate my life to healing others. As with many people, I grew up with a large extended family, and we often spent time with my grandparents on both sides of the family. It seemed odd to me that people would have to change so drastically as they aged, and before I was 10, the thought entered my mind that growing old was just something that I did not want to become. Then, when I was 15, there was a moment that would change my life forever. I was sitting and watching the Merv Griffin show, and his guest was Dirk Pearson. Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw had written a book called Life Extension, and hearing about the research that was being done in the 1970s to slow down and possibly reverse aging was incredible. I was completely hooked. I went out and bought a copy of this book and read it many times. Since this time, I have never stopped in my quest to find solutions to aging and practical age reversal. There are many, many good reasons as to why we should be seeking to solve the problem of aging. First, aging is a disease. It is a destructive process that leaves an individual more and more incapacitated, both physically and mentally. Stopping aging would allow people to retain their physical and mental health throughout their life. Second, aging reduces a person's ultimate potential. Think of all of the information and experience you have acquired throughout your life. Imagine all you would be able to accomplish with this experience and all of the good that you could do if aging was not a limiting factor that would force you into retirement. Third, aging changes a person's mindset. When we are young, most people have dreams they wish to achieve because they see a full, vibrant life ahead of them. But then, as aging sets in, they see less of a life ahead of them and less time to accomplish what they wanted to. So many people simply give up on their dreams. If aging was not a limiting factor, people would have more time to have the fulfillment of achieving their dreams. There is also the practical impact to consider, which is, namely, how would society change if people were not aging the way that they do today? For one, healthcare costs and healthcare insurance would plummet because a young, healthy body is more immune to sickness and disease. The health disorders we normally associate with aging would virtually disappear. With the advancement of stem cell science, all major diseases could become a thing of the past. So our healthcare system would change radically and for the better. There would also be an enormously beneficial outcome for business. Imagine working with an individual with more than 50 years or more of experience in their industry. This level of experience could not be easily replaced, and now people that would normally be in retirement would be making contributions that would previously had not been possible. So stopping and reversing aging would also mean that we as a species would be forced to be more responsible when it concerns the health and well-being of this planet. If politicians knew they could live for several hundred years, perhaps the way that they think about policies that affect the environment would change. We all want clean air, clean water, organic food and sustainability, and preservation of our Earth's natural resources. If people knew they could live longer, then perhaps they would care more about the impact their lives are having on the world around them. So let's agree that aging is a problem that needs to be solved. How do we go about doing this? After all, people have thought of and searched for the fountain of youth for thousands of years. Fortunately, God has provided a path for humans to achieve this because the answer is found in nature. When we look to nature for solutions, we find answers that are in harmony with the world around us. For example, lobsters have been found that are more than 130 years old, and these lobsters have never aged. In fact, they get stronger as they age. And this all happens without any type of drug or intervention. It's a natural process. What is one of the lobster's secrets to achieving this? Lobsters produce an infinite amount of the enzyme telomerase, so their cells can divide virtually an infinite number of times, and they never age during this process. We'll come back to this subject in a few minutes. Then there are mollusks that live to be over 500 years old, never aging over this incredibly long period of time. How do the mollusks achieve this? They have perfect control over oxidative stress and inflammatory stress, among other things. So their cells never experience any type of damage that cannot be repaired. Trees are another great example. Trees live for thousands of years. The glass sea sponge is estimated to have a lifespan of more than 11,000 years. And life forms such as planaria, the immortal jellyfish, and tardigrades do not appear to have any limit to their lifespan at all, effectively being immortal. Think about this just for a moment. For millennia, human beings have dreamt of immortality, with most people being skeptical that this could ever be achieved. Yet, unknown for most of humanity's existence, there already were life forms on this planet that are immortal. How would people's belief systems had changed centuries ago if they knew that life on this planet had achieved the seemingly impossible, namely, never aging? How would your mindset change if you knew that stopping and reversing aging was achievable? Let's use the example of the 4-minute mile. As this story goes, experts had stated that the human body was not capable of running a 4-minute mile. It simply was not possible according to athletes and scientists. Then in the 1940s, the mile record was held at 4 minutes, 1 second, where it stood for 9 years, as runners struggled with the idea that maybe the experts had it right. Perhaps the human body had reached its limit. Then, on May 6, 1954, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute barrier, running the distance in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So how is Roger Bannister able to achieve this? It is said that as part of his training, he visualized the achievement in order to create a sense of reality in his mind and body. Barely a year after Bannister's accomplishment, someone else ran a mile in under 4 minutes. Then some more runners did. Now it's almost routine. Even strong high schoolers today run 4-minute miles. The moral to this story is clear. Once people's belief systems changed, breaking the seemingly impossible 4-minute mile became commonplace. Will this happen with age reversal? Once the first human achieves age reversal, will more people take notice and follow? What if age reversal in humans already existed? So the question now becomes, can we discover and understand how species on our planet seemingly cheat aging? Can we learn their secret and adapt this secret to human beings? The exciting answer to this is yes, and it is happening today. At Lifewave, we investigate multiple paths to practical age reversal. And we have in fact been successful at partial age reversal of the aging process in humans as measured in blood testing. How can we measure this analytically? There are many ways of doing this. As we age, the number of times a cell can divide is decreased. Eventually, human cells lose the ability to divide, and then eventually there's no more cells. This is called the Hayflick limit. The Hayflick limit is associated with the length of the telomeres, small rods that are on the end of our chromosomes. As the cells divide, the telomeres are shortened. Once we run out of telomeres and our cells can no longer divide, we are on a quick path to death. Incredibly, cancer cells are virtually immortal because their telomeres never shorten. So if humans gain the ability to prevent or reverse telomere shortening, we will be on the way to practical age reversal and life extension. As we discussed earlier, lobsters have the amazing ability to stay young throughout their lifetime. And it is at least partially because their telomeres never shorten. So, in fact, we are not looking to make an entirely new discovery, which would be extremely difficult. But we are instead looking to adopt what the lobster and other species are doing by applying this to humans. There is more to reversing aging than just the telomeres, though. In order to achieve age reversal, we must manage inflammation and oxidative stress, protect gene expression, keep the cells hydrated, and maintain energy production in the cellular machinery we call the mitochondria. If we do these things, we can protect the integrity and the structure of the cell and dramatically inhibit aging. Fortunately, equipment and tests exist that allow us to monitor all of these parameters. Blood and urine testing helps to keep track of changes in inflammation and oxidative stress. Equipment such as RJL, GDV, biopulsars, and galvanic skin response, among others, allow us to monitor the mitochondrial health and bioelectrical activity of the cell and how it might improve over time. And even biophoton analysis allows us to determine the status of cell coherence, which is ultimately associated with a person's age. It should be noted that while research into new Lifewave patches for age reversal is always ongoing, there are other technologies we develop for achievement of this goal. This technology is biomimetic in nature, meaning I look to copy a natural process and apply it to human beings in the hope that this will result in a new technology and product capable of improving the quality of human life. I always start this process with prayer as I seek to understand God's creation. Through prayer, we can be given information we would not normally have access to and help ourselves and others in the process. Let's look at one example in nature and how research into this phenomena is paving a way towards creating a biomimetic technology that will allow us to achieve dramatic life extension in humans. A story came out this past year about the temnothorax ant. Apparently, this species of ant can be infected with a parasitic tapeworm that resides in the ant's gut. But what makes this interesting to us is that the relationship between the ant and the tapeworm is symbiotic, meaning the two species are helping one another. The tapeworm benefits from the relationship because the ant provides the tapeworm with food and shelter. The ant, on the other hand, is given the incredible gift of youth and life extension. The ant never ages, and its lifespan increases by an incredible 5 to 6 times above normal. How would you like to live to be over 500 years old and never age? Upon investigation, it was discovered that the tapeworms are causing specific genes in the ants to express, and this causes the ants to produce more energy than they would normally. This discovery is completely consistent with the concepts we and others have been researching, namely, elevate energy production in the cell, and the genes will flip back to a youthful state, reversing the aging process. So, in other words, knowing that a process exists in nature which allows ants to never age and live up to 6 times longer than normal, we then can seek to create technology that can mimic this process in a healthy way, test the process in our labs for safety and efficacy, and then eventually proceed to human testing. Our development of technology to achieve this is farther along than most people would think, and the future has never been more exciting. We are on the path to achieving practical age reversal in humans, and we look forward to releasing new products in the coming years to help set you on this path as well. Many times when we are faced with a problem in our lives, the problem can feel enormous and impossible to overcome, like the problem of age reversal. We can face daily challenges or some big overarching challenge. As difficult as these situations may be, there are always solutions. If we turn to God and nature, allow ourselves to be silent and open to receiving answers, those answers will be given to us and be added to us as a blessing so we can be of better service to humanity. And with this new, longer, and healthy life in front of you, imagine the dreams you have had that you can now fulfill so you can live your why. We all have a contribution to make in life so that we can make this planet a better place to live. We look forward to providing you with the tools you need so you can fulfill your own dreams, have the time you need to do that, and create your own success story. So while we can look forward to new and exciting age reversal technology in the future, let's now take an opportunity to talk about what we can do today so that we can be on the path to having the best life possible and start the age reversal process and increase our lifespan and health span as a result. So now, this section is going to be about what we can do today to start recapturing our youth. The first thing is a principle that I would like you to consider, which is that aging should not be looked at as a normal process. The process of aging is incredibly destructive to the body, both physically and mentally. So if we adopt the mindset that this is not normal, then we can develop a mindset of staying younger longer and eventually reversing aging. So picture in your mind what you look like when you were younger and keep yourself focused on that image. In other words, think about what optimum health and youth looks like. What is it that a person is when they're truly healthy? What's the image that comes to mind? Then, what's changing in our bodies over time that takes us from the state of youth and health to being old and weak? Science has advanced now to the point where we can understand this process in great detail. And when we can understand a problem, we can seek solutions to that problem. So, more importantly, what can we do today to prevent or reverse the process of aging? This is something that I personally have spent decades looking at, and it's incredibly exciting that there are solutions today that we can implement into our daily lives to help us on this journey and protect our health and longevity. Let's look at a very interesting phenomena that will maybe condition our mindsets into thinking that age reversal is possible. It's a phenomenon many people may not have heard of before, and it's called parabiosis. But essentially, this was first done in the 1800s, and maybe surprisingly, that research has continued into modern times. But the first embodiment of parabiosis was to connect two living creatures together, in this case mice, so that they would share a common circulatory system. One of the goals was to see if the blood from the younger mouse was given to the older mouse, would the older mouse become younger and healthy? And incredibly, it turns out that you can achieve partial age reversal with this method. Stanford University, of all places, was one of the universities to pick up on this research. In 2005, they demonstrated that giving blood from a young mouse, placing it into an older mouse, could have the effects of reversing part of the aging process. Absolutely incredible. So this then gives us a path to looking at what is it in the blood of animals, and hopefully we find the same thing in human beings, that can lead to age reversal. So this is something definitive now that can be examined. Now, this was carried to the point where in 2017, a California-based company began to sell the blood from younger people and sell that to people that were very wealthy, as it turns out, in an effort that they were seeking to achieve youth and longevity. Not surprisingly, the FDA stepped in because it was determined that there was not enough clinical evidence to demonstrate this was having a positive or a safe effect in human beings. So FDA made a statement that this was not proven scientifically, and as a result, this company shut down. But certainly you would think after several hundred years of people investigating an effect that maybe there's more to this story and maybe there is something there. Well, as it turns out, there is. In 1973, Dr. Lauren Picard was able to isolate copper peptide, we know it as GHKCU, from human plasma. Dr. Picard had begun this research in the late 1960s because he had found that when he was placing the blood from someone that was young, and he was taking liver tissue that was from someone between 60 and 80 years old, there was a rejuvenative effect on those cells. This is really exciting because it means that the phenomena of parabiosis now may be directly associated with copper peptide. In other words, narrowing down that a single peptide could cause the cells to behave like younger, healthier cells and rejuvenate the body is an extremely exciting discovery. It means that we don't have to be born, aged, and die, that there may be a way to change this process and stay younger longer, or even reverse aging. One really good question is, how is it possible that just a single biochemical, a single peptide could have such a powerful effect on the human body? The human body is incredibly complex. So is it really conceivable that a single chemical could reverse aging or have age-reversing effects? Well, Dr. Picard was faced with this question, and over a period of about 45 years, as he conducted clinical studies into the power of copper peptide, what he found was that it was capable of resetting thousands of genes to a younger, healthier state. So let's think about this just for a moment. Many of you may have taken the antioxidant resveratrol. Resveratrol is actually a weak antioxidant, as it's been discovered. The real power of resveratrol is being able to flip certain genes called sirtuins back to a more youthful state, and this is extraordinarily good for our overall health. But the genes that resveratrol can change are relatively limited. Here, we have a simple peptide, GHKCU, that can flip thousands of genes to a healthier state. In fact, about 1/3 of the human genome. So you could almost say that we're about 1/3 of the way there to reversing the process of aging. Now, copper peptide, or GHK, is a small molecule, and it has, quite surprisingly, a huge range of health benefits. Some of the things that Dr. Picard studied was looking at the broad effects of copper peptide. So, for example, he conducted studies in wound healing, what's known as tissue remodeling, stimulating cell growth, anti-inflammatory effects, antioxidant activity. And this was all associated with the ability of GHK to bind with copper and the ability of GHKCU to beneficially change gene expression. So this is really all a way of saying that what happens here is when you age, the levels of copper peptide in your body decrease. If we can increase the levels of copper peptide in our body, we can reset genes to a more youthful state, and in doing that, we can improve our body's levels of antioxidants, get better control over inflammation, achieve reduction in pain, reduction in anxiety, and other health benefits as well. Now, keep in mind that many regulatory agencies around the world, such as the FDA here in the United States, have never approved copper peptide for consumer use outside of cosmetics. In the clinical studies on copper peptide, they were performed with people receiving injections of GHK. As a practical matter, most people don't want to give themselves injections daily of anything. So you can see why up until now, copper peptide has not widely been distributed for consumer use. So you could say that X39 is the first practical method of elevating copper peptide that's available to people today. So that's incredibly exciting. We should be able to benefit from this extraordinarily powerful peptide. And now we can. So how does the patch work? We're not injecting the body with copper peptide. How does this work? So When we go out in the sun, sunlight will cause our body to make vitamin D. Okay, we all know this and we accept this. Men, as an example, when they age, they are faced with declining levels of testosterone. It's known that by shining sunlight during the summer on a man's shoulders, that this will stimulate the androgen receptors in the trapezius muscles, elevating testosterone. So there are a number of very, very significant biological effects when we expose the body to light. And that's exciting to know that our bodies have this interaction with light and use light as a signaling method to change our biochemistry in a very favorable way. So this is a natural process. So Lifewave technology takes advantage of this. Light therapy has been around for at least thousands of years. Over the past 120 years, light therapy has been reviewed scientifically to look at exactly how is it working. So now over the past 15 years, the exact mechanisms by which light works to influence our health are much more well known. With respect to the patch, this is not an active electronic device. So instead of using a lamp or a laser to elevate something like vitamin D, what we're going to do instead is use the body as a power source. So you take a patch, you apply it anywhere on the body, and the patch will begin to stimulate the body with low levels of light. The light is in the range of visible and infrared spectra. This is a process in science known as photobiomodulation, but it simply means that we can stimulate the body with low levels of light with the patch, and in turn, this is going to create a very favorable biochemical change in the body. And in this case, we want to use light to elevate copper peptide and activate our body's stem cells. Now, how do we know that Lifewave X39 will elevate copper peptide? Well, I'm happy to say that over the last 20 years, we've conducted more than 80 clinical studies on our products. If you go to the science section of our website, you can see our studies posted there. So we perform these multiple clinical studies. In the case of X39, we conduct blood testing to validate that the patch elevates GHK and GHK-Cu. We perform urine tests to look at how the patch can have very, very favorable changes on our body chemistry. And we perform various bioelectrical tests to look at how, for example, X39 can improve cognitive function, since that's something that people are very concerned about as we age. So let's take a look at a few of those studies now, which again, you can access on our website. This first study was performed by Dr. Caitlin Connor, and this was to look at, our very first look at using X39 to elevate GHK and GHK-Cu. So this was a 10-person open-label pilot study done through blood analysis. An important note here is that the average age of the person in the study was 64. Reason for this is that after the age of 60, copper peptide levels have decreased by 60 to 80%. Not coincidentally, the stem cell activity in our body has decreased over 60% after the age of 60. So there's a correlation between levels of copper peptide and stem cell activity. We perform this study over a period of 1 week. So we look at what's a person's levels of copper peptide before they use the patch, within 24 hours, and then after 1 week. So what we found in this first study, which was incredibly exciting, was that yes, when you apply X39, it will in fact elevate GHK and GHK-Cu. So we have the proof that the patch does that. Now, our methodology at Lifewave is we always perform a pilot study and then we move to a larger double-blind study. So we took that first study and then followed it up with a second one. And this is a larger 60-person, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, again with an older population, and the test conducted using blood analysis and over a period of 24 hours and 1 week. This study was also published in Internal Medicine Research, and this study is posted to the science section of our website. And as you can see here, we again reached statistical significance, meaning we proved in this 60-person study that when you wear the X39 patch, it will in fact increase your body's levels of GHK and GHK-Cu. So this is exciting because now for the first time, we can elevate copper peptide without using any kind of injection, do it from the convenience of our own home. It's very fast, it's safe, it's effective, and it can contribute to a healthy life. So where do we go from here? If copper peptide is resetting about 1/3 of the human genome back to a more healthy state, can we reach 100%? What can we do today, right now, to improve our quality of life and prime our body for the best health and age reversal? The first thing is we all need to have a very solid foundation. That's going to start with a number of things. First, a healthy, nutritious diet. Getting proper nutrition is absolutely critical to success when we're talking about lengthening our lifespan and improving what's called our health span, meaning staying young and healthy as long as possible. We need to get adequate amounts of protein, healthy fats, vitamins and minerals as they fuel that our body is going to need to manufacture hormones and make new cells. Without having that as a foundation, we're never going to achieve the optimum levels that we could. The next thing is some type of regular resistance training. One of the problems we face as we age is muscle atrophy or age-related sarcopenia. By resistance training, not only do we get to preserve our muscles and our muscle strength and stamina, but the act of exercise and resistance training turns on genes associated with youth and health. So there are multiple benefits to regular resistance training. Another factor that, of course, is very obvious is sleep. We need to get at least 7 hours of sleep each day so our body has time to repair and make the hormones that it needs. For example, if we're getting less than, for a man, if we're getting less than 6 hours of sleep, we could see a decline of as much as 30% of our levels of testosterone. So we need to have adequate amounts of sleep if we are going to be on a path to slowing down and reversing aging. In societies all around the world today, unfortunately, food has become depleted of nutrition. So it's good to take a review of what it is that you're getting in your diet on a daily basis and supplement where necessary. These don't have to even be man-made supplements. They could be things like olive oil, or just to make sure that you're getting enough healthy fats in your body. We want to be drinking enough clean water each day. We need water to make energy and detoxify our body of metabolic wastes. So let's set a goal of drinking 1 or 2 liters of water each day. That's not so bad. And of course, we want to avoid things that we know will degrade our health. So we try to keep stress at a minimum in our daily lives, not abuse alcohol, preferably don't smoke, don't do drugs, and keep all of these things at an absolute minimum. If we avoid the things that are degrading our health, we will be much further along the way to preserving our health. In terms of Lifewave patches, we have found a number of them have significant anti-aging effects and even age reversal effects. Since we've covered X39 and its ability to reset genes to a younger, healthier state, this is going to be by far our most powerful patch, and if you were only to pick one Lifewave product to use, you would be starting with X39. For those of you that want to get the best results and use other Lifewave patches, then there are other products that you can use to build upon this. Our very first product, Lifewave Energy Enhancer, is actually an anti-aging and age reversal product to a degree. As we age, the amount of energy our body produces decreases. So Energy Enhancer turns on the process of getting more energy from fat. So this is an age reversal phenomena. We also perform studies. This is with what was called biophoton analysis with Dr. Gaetan Chevalier. And as the cells age, the coherence of the cell begins to break down. What does that mean? In order for cells to survive, they need to produce energy or use energy, and they need to be able to communicate within themselves and within their environment. And as we age, this ability breaks down. A disease that's associated with improper cell signaling would be arthritis. What we found with Energy Enhancer is that it could improve biophoton emission, and by enhancing biophoton emission, we improve cell communications, both inside and outside of the cell. So this is an age reversal phenomena. Now, our lifespan is intimately linked to our body's levels of antioxidants, and our primary antioxidant is glutathione, the master antioxidant. Glutathione will protect our cells from damage, and glutathione is ubiquitous. It's found in nearly every cell in the human body. So, for example, the main antioxidant that protects our hearing is glutathione. Glutathione is mostly manufactured in the liver, and that should give you an idea about how important glutathione is to the detoxification process. So to help protect your cells from damage and optimize lifespan, you want to focus on elevating glutathione. Now, for those of you that are vegans, you may not be getting enough of the amino acid cysteine in your diet. Glutathione is a tripeptide. It is made from 3 amino acids, and the rate-limiting amino acid is cysteine. So if you are a vegan, you're not consuming things like milk or eggs, you may want to take a cysteine supplement to help support glutathione production. Carnosine is another antioxidant. This is a dipeptide. It's made from beta-alanine and histidine. And carnosine is remarkable. It is found mostly in the brain, in the heart, in the muscle tissue, and it's even been found that carnosine can protect the telomeres from degrading. In fact, there are animals studies that will show that carnosine can extend lifespan by 30 to 40% through protection of the telomeres. So that's really incredible if we're looking for a way to extend life and protect our health. We have a clinical study on our carnosine patch back from 2011 that shows within only 30 days of use, it can restore age-related cognitive decline, meaning you can use carnosine as a method of protecting your brain from some of the negative effects of aging, or if you're already over the age of 50 or 60 and your cognitive abilities are not as sharp as maybe they once were, you could use carnosine to recapture some of those lost cognitive abilities. Another phenomenal benefit of carnosine is that we've seen in separate studies that it will increase strength and stamina in a very short period of time. So not only do you get the immediate benefits of improving strength, stamina, and cognitive function, but there are long-term health benefits as well. And then finally, there is the Eon patch. Now, this has been one of our top-selling patches since we came out with this in 2010, 2011. And this is because Eon is used for stress management and has phenomenal age reversal and life extending abilities. One of the reasons why we age is because of elevated levels of oxidative and inflammatory stress. In other words, as we age, our bodies begin to lose the ability to remove inflammatory stress, and this will damage healthy tissue. By using the Eon patch, we can put our nervous system into a calm state, reducing oxidative and inflammatory stress and improving overall quality of life. So, like our other patches, the immediate benefit that you get with Eon is that it can help manage and balance stress, and there's these amazing long-term benefits of life extension with Eon. Now, one other benefit of Eon I think that's worth mentioning is many people will often combine it with Lifewave. And this is because as a product that helps to manage inflammation, many people will get pain relief just from using the Eon patch. So if you happen to be suffering with any type of acute or chronic pain, using the Eon patch or Eon with Lifewave is going to provide some wonderful benefits. Now, where are we headed in the future? First thing is we've already developed, tested, put through clinical studies, new stem cell products. X39 was the beginning of our stem cell story, not the end. So I'm very happy to say that the research team that I work with, we've been successful at developing new stem cell products, and we're looking forward to introducing those to you over the next 3 to 5 years. Because age reversal is always going to be associated with the length of the telomeres as part of the solution, we have been looking into ways to lengthen the telomere. And that's a story that we are going to be telling in the coming years. I'm incredibly excited about the results that we have achieved, not only in the lab, but with human beings. And so you can look forward to a product in the future. We're also looking at better ways to rejuvenate the overall health of the human cell and reset the cell to a younger and healthier state. This is just a basic way of saying that we are creating new technology and creating technology other than the patches for age reversal and life extension. Basically giving you the ability to stay younger longer. So this is all culminating in products for achieving the goal of age reversal. You can see in many of the testimonials that we receive from around the world that many people are starting to experience these benefits. So again, I would encourage you to examine your foundation of diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep, hydration to get the best results possible with the products that we have today, because people from our community all around the world are achieving some extraordinary results with the products that we already offer today. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your time and investing this time in yourself. Now, we live in incredibly exciting times when it comes to this subject of health and longevity. There have never been better opportunities than there are today. So I want to thank you for being a part of the Lifewave community, sharing in our dream to bring this technology all over the world so we can help and support those who need us. Thank you.
you so much, David. It's always a pleasure for us to be able to hear directly from you about where we're going as a company and what we're trying to do together with all of the members here.
Right.
Isn't it fun?
The last couple hours have been amazing. We're all inspired and invigorated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, this feeling, the hope, the vision we get from David, this is why we gather, right?
Right.
Yep. And you know, this year with the pandemic, we haven't been able to come together in person. We haven't been able to connect in the same way. We've tried. We certainly tried, and you guys have been a part of that. But I know we really miss those in-person events.
Again, you are speaking my language. I miss in-person events so very much. There's no better way than to come together from people around the globe, spend time together, rub shoulders, literally rub shoulders, shake hands, hugs, cry, laugh, just spend that time in person. So we have felt that absence here at Lifewave so very keenly. We are beyond excited to announce that for the first time since January 2020, that's nearly 2 years, we get to have an in-person convention. And it's going to be in Orlando, Florida.
Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but I love Orlando, Florida. The sunshine, the beaches, all the great things that are there. And we're going to be there too. And honestly, it's been forever since we've come together. The last time we had an in-person event was nearly 2 years ago in Las Vegas, before either of us were around here at Lifewave. And you know, we have evolved, we've grown, we've changed. And by the time we actually come together in person in Orlando, I know we're gonna have over 100,000 new members. We got to come together all in person.
I can't even fathom. That's just so exciting. So much growth, so much change and evolution. We are so excited to share that with everyone and to take the opportunity to celebrate all that success. Success for the company means individual success. That means we get to do recognition.
Yay! Recognition!
We're so excited for our recognition traditions, as well as some new exciting recognition that we're going to be announcing and doing in person. You get to be seeing stories live and hearing David and hearing all the distributors in the last 2 hours. You feel some of that, but the tangibleness of a live event is something that we can't replicate, and we have been so waiting for this moment. So I know some of you guys already saw this a few days ago when Emily and Ryan announced or gave a sneak peek of convention, but we want to roll the video one more time so that you can see what's in store for our Lifeway family in November.
Here we go.
Okay, we are coming to a close, my friends, and it has been an enjoyable day. I hope it's been as enjoyable for you as it has been for me. I hope that we have learned something today. I hope that we've experienced something today, and I hope that we've taken some knowledge and put it away into that vault of ours, our brains, to help us be better tomorrow than we were today. Speaking of that, let's talk about our great Pain Be Gone promotion that is happening right now. Summer selling is a great opportunity to get this life-changing technology out into as many people's hands as possible. And our Pain Be Gone promotion is one of the best, most successful promotions that we've run to date, and we're doing it again just for you guys, and it's only a week long. Starting today, you have the opportunity to plug into our Pain Be Gone promotion where you buy 2 X39 and 1 Y-Age Eon pack, and we're gonna give you a free Eon pack and a free Icewave. Think about that. talk about the perfect recipe, and who do we know out there that might suffer from a little bit of pain, right? Almost everyone. So this is a great promotion for you to get plugged into and introduce it to as many people as possible, as well as take advantage of it for yourself. Now, also, we took a lot of great information, but information isn't power until we actually put it to use. So we want to empower you to take this information and go out and apply it. And one of the ways you can do that, not only the Pain Be Gone promotion, but also plug into convention. It's going to be our first live event in Orlando. You've heard all of the amazing details. Do not wait. Go register today, and to make sure that it's so much easier, right? That we need that accountability coach, get somebody on your team to register with you. We want as many people in Orlando to celebrate your success, introduce some amazing new things to you, and help give you the tools to continue your success with this company. So, gratitude, we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, we're praying for you, and we're so grateful for all that you guys do. Thank you for spending Saturday with us. Go out, change your life, start dreaming again, and thank you for making Lifewave what it is today, and that is going to be the #1 direct sales company in the entire universe. Who knows, right, what tomorrow's gonna bring. Love you guys, God bless you, thank you, and we'll see you soon.